Hello viewers at home, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Classic Teacher with Vicky Teach. Before I continue on today's episode, I want to seize this opportunity to say thank you to those that subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for commenting, sharing and liking it. I really appreciate the gesture. Thank you for showing me love. I didn't expect such a number of subscribers, but I was wild when I opened and I saw that I had that number within a short period of 7 days. Thank you so much for showing me love. Please also subscribe to this channel, leave your comment in the comment section, and share it that others can see. I said it last week that the purpose of this video is to reach out to people out there. There is a whole lot going here in this school, Abraham College. Abraham College is actually a package on its own. You know, I mentioned last week in my video that it's a school for the indigent. So welcome back to this channel. On today's episode, I'll be telling you my experience as a teacher in Abraham College. First of all, then I have met with different kinds of students. I have met with the well-behaved students. I have met with the near normal students, and I've met with the charlatan students. What I mean by well-behaved students, they are the kind of student that they do things at the right time. They don't like doing things that we make them be punished. They don't like they don't want to find themselves in the wrong situation whereby they will be punished. They are punctual, they discharge their duties at the appropriate time. That's what I call the well-behaved students. And the near normal students, as I term this, is those class of students that are not there, they are not here, they're in the middle. You have to push them before they can move. They are like truck. They know this two-wheel truck that people use to fetch water. Yes, more like a cart. Those are kind of students that classify as near normal students. You have to push them before they can do things. And the charlatan ones are the very daring type of students. They will dare you to see what you can do. See that line that you drew as a teacher? You tell them, don't cross it. That is what they want to do. They want to dare you. They want to push you to the wall to see if you can actually see if they can provoke you into doing things that normally when people hear you say and this person calls himself a teacher. So those are the kind of students I call the charlatan student. They don't care at all. They just want to break the rules. They want to dare you to see what you can do. My experience as a teacher here in the Abraham College, and especially in this environment that I have had a handful experience as a teacher. From the first time I started teaching here, the major challenge I had was communication. I mentioned last week that all of our students are from the streets. You know, they are children that they very indigent students. So it was actually difficult to communicate with them in English. So what I do as a student in that time, okay, let me say what I did that time as a student was I used their mother tongue to try to explain them in English. I used the mother tongue to explain what I was actually teaching in English, and also made them understand that you will not have this grace next time. So from there, they started learning gradually. Before you knew it, towards the end of the term in that section, they were good to go. They could communicate well. The confidence of speaking, came into them. And the other challenge I had was truancy. When you are dealing with kids from this kind of background, These are the kids that they haven't had the opportunity to travel. They have not left their parents. They haven't slept outside of their house their whole life. And you tell them to come and stay in a boarding school, fully boarding. Because where I teach is a full boarding school. We don't have day student in my school. It's fully boarding. You now bring children from the streets that haven't slept outside their home, their houses, all their life to come and stay without seeing their parents, without meeting their friends, without all the activities they do at home totally, actually, automatically came to a stop. At that time, it was a very big challenge because we had issue of children running away from their schools, mostly at night. During maybe during dinner or after their supper, you will see them. By the time you go to the dining hall, you find that one of the students is missing. When you begin to make investigation, you find out that this person has run to the house, or the parents will call maybe around 10 p.m. The parents will call from the house that this person is at home, hope there's no problem. So we have that problem, that challenge. I don't want to call it a problem. We had that challenge that time, that we started having issue of students running away without teachers knowing. Nobody knows. They will just pick up their whatever thing they had. Some may have just a boxer on and they will run home. And at the point we didn't blame it on them, because they are kids that they haven't traveled all their life. They have stayed within their parents, within the confinement of their home. With all the activity they do is maybe go to the farm, come back, play around in the house. They haven't slept outside their house. Let alone telling them to come and stay for a whole 13-14 weeks in a boarding school. Boarding school life is a different thing entirely. The kind of lifestyle, the kind of activities you will be doing as a student in a boarding school is quite different from the activity of a day student. So they find it was a challenge for us then as a teacher, trying to balance it and make them come out of that, trying to make them see that yes, there is another world outside the world of your mom and your dad, outside the confinement of your home. You didn't get it. And another challenge I had then was the environment. The environment I am right now, there is nothing motivating you. There is nothing even motivating the kids, the students. There's nothing like the creation center. There's no way to catch phone. As a teacher, maybe most of my colleagues out there during weekend, they will go shopping or maybe go sightseeing, do something to catch phone. But for us here, for me here, there is nothing like that. My day in day out activity is here until the school vacates. That is the only time you can have actually opportunity to travel, because you have to keep watch on those kids. Yes. And the other challenge I have is food. As a person that came from the eastern part of Nigeria, we have our own type of food. The ofe nsala, the olugbo soup, the okazi soup, achara soup, all those kind of food. You don't get to see those things around here. So you make do with what you have here, Eat the, sorry to say, umiobe, ewedu, efo, all that stuff. So actually, like the saying say, when you go to Rome, you build like the Rome. So that's what it actually applied to me here. I can actually get my kind of local food here. If I must buy or get them, I have to travel to the neighboring town, which is quite far from here. There are other challenge I have is the students themselves. I mentioned in my live video that these kids, they are not rich kids. They are not the middle class. You need a whole lot of patience to deal with them. because most time they will do something that will drive you crazy, that you want to blow out. When we now remember or come to consider that this their behavior is spawned out of their environment, their home, something must have influenced it. We just have to calm down, because they will actually do things that will drive you crazy, that you want to go nuts. And the other challenge I have here is the student-teacher relationship. It is actually a big challenge. Students trying to confide in you. These are kids that came from the streets. They don't actually want to relay or give much information about them, so that it won't look as if you are using their situation to taunt them or to belittle them. So it's actually a kind of thing that sometimes they keep within themselves. They don't want to, that you will not, don't have the mindset. They have the mindset that when they tell you their problem, you begin to cast it, you talk about it, and it's not actually healthy for them. Most of them will just keep within themselves. Or maybe when you get to know, it's when the matter is actually going out of hand. They do not try kind of to confide in you. It is a whole lot. I have actually had or had and still having a wonderful experience being a teacher here. The things I have seen here has actually made me and prepared me that I can fit into any place, any environment I find myself. I can function well. I have mixed with different people, different parents, different kids, and most times they're actually fun to deal with. And if you ask me the kind of teacher I am a teacher with fun. I like fun. I like fun. And actually, I'm also a disciplinarian. I love discipline. So I balance those two. Sometimes my students will think that with the look of my face, that I'm harsh. When I'm not actually like that. What I do when I get to classes, when I see that the tension in those kids is high, I try to crack jokes just to ease the tension and to arouse their interest in learning. So I don't look as if seeing my face alone will scare them, because as a teacher, if you enter into your class and your students just look at you, our students are not looking at you with the fear that with fear. I mean, they are looking at you with fear. You know that you have not achieved anything. All you have done is just talked. You talk, and if you go out, and that's instead. So that's what I do. I balance them. I punish. Yes, I punish kids. I also draw them for it. The saying that's why saying that when you beat a child with the right hand, you draw the child with the left hand. That's what I try. I try to balance the two together. But not often time that I punish. Most time it has to go with order and stern warning. Yes. On this note, will I conclude on today's episode. And before I close, I want to please remind you that you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. Also follow me on Facebook and TikTok. Until I come your way, my next video next week. Stay cool. Thank you. Bye.